Okay, so I know I'm a little late to the party, but I thought I'd analyze my thoughts on Sword and Shield. Hi, I'm Peachy Time, and welcome to the channel. I'm sure you've seen dozens of reviews of Sword and Shield, and heck, I have watched most of them. They usually go over the game mechanics and the story, explaining the tragic sprites that look like they were reused from the 3DS games, along with the lazy cutscenes and lack of plot. They also like to talk about the national dex removal and the way the higher-ups of Pokémon became incredibly lazy. And I agree, but that's not why I'm here today. You can only hear the same thing so many times, right? I love Pokémon, and I have since I was about 10 years old. I could talk for hours about my love for the franchise and their merchandise and characters, and the love poured into each game, even if those games are incredibly rushed. Yes, that was another point brought up in other videos. Yes, I'll link some of my favorite reviews in the description below. Personally, I enjoyed Sword and Shield, especially the character designs, which were incredibly strong this season. There isn't a single design I could say isn't good. They're all so expressive and individualistic. Even if there are some I don't like the old lady or the rock guy, I can't say that they're bad designs, because they're still really good, and I can see the difference between my opinion and its objective goodness. The Pokemon designs are also some of my favorites, like Yamper. Oh, I love Yamper! And Alchemy and the new Galarian ponytail and the Hatena line! Oh, I'm in fairy-type heaven! It's a Pokemon Lolita's dream. Oh, sorry. Got ahead of myself. Basically, I cannot express how much I love most of these designs, except the Galarian mouth line. It can burn to death. What were they even thinking here? Vikings? Those are Nordic! I could spend an entire video on my disgust for the Galarian mouth. I thought it was gonna be fluffy, but the sprite disgusted me. I was devastated. It came up and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a little fluffy thing, but then it turns to the side and it's a beard. A beard! Just the biggest disappointment. Character customization was also a big plus. Although I hope you'd be able to do more expressions than a blank face, especially with the facial expression selection screen in the card maker. For me, there can never be enough character customization, ever. I always want more. There is no pleasing me. But for the sake of this video and my sanity, I'm gonna say they did a good job. Even if I think there should have been more hairstyles and colors and types of bangs and fluffier hair options for the male character. Okay. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Another thing I really enjoyed was the curry minigame. I had so much fun creating all these combinations of curries, trying to achieve Charizard class. Yes, that's right, you're looking at a Caperja class, girl, I was so disappointed when I found out that the only way to get Charizard class was in this one spot on Route 6, Route 7? Either one, there's lots of videos covering that. But still, you can only make it by creating it with some NPCs, and I was so sad because when it comes to fun mini-games like cooking, dress-up, rhythm games, I'm an overachiever, even if I'm not very good at it. The legendaries were fine, except Eternatus. Yikes. It would have been redeemable if you had the hand form as well, but yeah, another disappointment. On that note, one of the sad realities of 3D Pokemon games is the lack of fun mini-games. No Poképelago, you can't stay. Nor the castle thingy from Sun and Moon either. I'm talking about, you guessed it, contests! I have a deep love and passion for contests ever since I watched Serena perform in these contests in the X and Y anime, and even reading about Platinum doing them in the Pokemon Diamond Pearl Platinum manga. I desperately wanted to dress up my Pokemon and my character and make them dance and get fun dresses and costumes and hair accessories for the player for competitions. But no! I got nothing! The last time there was a Pokemon contest thing was in Black and White. Black and White! Not even in any of the 3D games. It just sort of disappeared. I'm still keeping my hopes up for Legends Arceus though, but that's for another video. So now on to my real critique. Not just my objective opinion. The plot is lacking and there's barely any post-game, unless you count Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra, which is just a post-game that you pay for. It feels incredibly rushed, and most of the characters have such a deep lack of personality because the plot is so rushed, and they focused on getting the plot across. Don't get me wrong. Bede. Holy crap, Bede. I love him, like my brat boy, my son. Him and Hop are honestly the only ones who have any sort of character development, and Bede doesn't even change that much. He's my little brat forever, and I want his plushie so bad. Hop is lacking at first, and desperately annoying. But it's cute getting to see him pretend to be the protagonist before we literally steal his limelight as we kick him to the curb several times throughout the game. He goes through this depression phase where he doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. And like, he really does seem to change and grow as a character by the end. I mean, he's still hot, but come on, he's depressed. Cut him some slack. I miss Pokemon characters having personalities though, don't get me wrong. Another issue I have is the lack of freedom this game gives you. I understand, it was the first mainline Pokemon game to come to the Switch. I'm sorry, we don't talk about Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee here. That's another video's rant. So it was supposed to serve as a way for new fans to enjoy the game and understand the basics. But I'm pretty sure most people understand how to throw a Pokeball. Game Freak, I love your games and your franchise and everything, but can you please add a skip function at least? An optional skip function at the beginning of the game. You can even ask the player, do you want to skip cutscenes and dialogue, and show a little button in the corner to skip. Is that too hard? That along with the linear path that drove me insane. Like, Pokemon and Sword and Shield feigned freedom. It's like telling your dog, oh, I'll let you off the leash now, go be free, while still leaving him in the backyard with a secluded gate surrounding the whole area. I want more choices, Pokemon. I want the ability to change the story into different branching paths. My dream game, my dream Pokemon game, and this is starting to stem into my personal Pokemon fantasies here, is the catch and collect system of Pokemon with all the fights and such, with deep and rounded characters with personalities you can interact with and make choices with. You can choose your rival, you can choose whether or not to battle trainers. Yes, the option to say no to a battle, except in gyms or whatever the new gym equivalent is. To make choices in the story. Who you choose to align yourself with, like joining the evil Pokemon team like Team Rocket or something. You could even choose to not become the champion and still have access to all the post-game content because there wouldn't be only one way to win the game anymore. It could be a game that branches in these different paths. But I understand that's too complex for Game Freak, especially with all the rushed content and deadlines, so Nintendo can milk its cash cow into the ground. Nintendo, please don't hate me. Yes, I'd love to be sponsored by you and or the Pokemon Company. I love your games. I love you. Please. This is just my constructive criticism. No, I don't think I know better than you. Yes, please sponsor me. Thank you. Yes, the obligatory moment where I talk about the national dex. Nintendo, can you give us our Pokemon back? Please? I want to put my level 5 Snivy into Sword and Shield but can't because Pokemon Home won't let me. I just want my snack. I just want my grass snake. Hook me up, please. I'm sad. Oh yeah, also the lifeless sprites. They really make me feel like Pokemon are objects to collect instead of real creatures in the game. That's another thing, Pokemon Camp. I've always enjoyed the fact that you could pet and brush your Pokemon. Again, please, I want costumes for my Pokemon. I want to give them cute flower crowns or stupid top hats or something, like what you did with... Let's Go. But with all the Pokemon, I want all of them to be able to wear cute hats. I want to be able to put a tiny hop hat on my level 100 Yveltal with little to no issues. Also, I feel like the Pokemon personalities should show up more when interacting with other Pokemon. Like the bashful types and the happy peppy types. They should show more when you're trying to get them to open up to you as well. Like, almost all powerful Pokemon should start out disliking you. Just a bit. Well, depending on their power and their personality type. Like, the happy ones and shy ones can be, like, scared but indifferent. And the other ones, like the grumpy ones, can, like, straight up hate you until you give them enough affection. It's a concept I've always wanted, and I think it would add to the immersive experience that Pokemon is supposed to be. Also, I love Bede. I can't say it enough. He's the best. I'm a little worn out from ranting so much. I'd like to thank Game Freak and Pokemon for just making more content and creating fun experiences for all ages. Even if it's rushed, I'm sure a lot of people that work on it put so much love and effort, and it seriously doesn't go unappreciated. Those are all my thoughts for this video. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed it, I hate to be one of those people, but I'm planning on making a lot more content for this channel, all about Pokemon and my experiences. Thanks again!